Okay, so if you're watching this YouTube video, first of all, I want to say thank you. And I want to kind of remind you and myself why it is that I'm doing these videos. It's to hopefully educate you and expedite your real estate journey, whether that's you being a realtor or a real estate investor. I hope that I have failed so many times and figured it out so many times that I can then tape these videos and get you the information that you need to expedite your journey. So bear in mind that that's exactly what this video is all about. It is going to help you be a $1 million realtor. It's actually still uncomfortable and awkward for me to say, but I have made it to that level of performance where I am able to make $1 million a year in real estate while also helping a team and making sure that they are also thriving. So how did I do that? What did my timelines look like? And what is it that you need to do to get you to that level of performance as well? Stay tuned. Okay, so to better understand the concept of this video, I think that it's imperative to go back a little bit and review how I started. And just bear with me because I know nobody wants to hear my story, but it will give you a better context to timeline and how it is I got to where I'm at right now. So what brought me to Las Vegas? I was actually in the Air Force and I was stationed at Nellis Air Force Base. After my active duty time in the Air Force, then I went to be a contractor, which essentially is a civilian who still works with the military, usually correlates with the job that they did in the military. And I did that for 9 years, made a very, very nice career out of it, made 6 figures with it, super, super grateful. At around year 9 of being a contractor, I started to dabble my toes into real estate. I wanted to go get my license. So I got my license and I quickly realized that there was a niche that wasn't being, I'm gonna say itch, there was an itch that wasn't being scratched, which essentially was a realtor that was specializing in the VA loan. And I realized that because the people that I was around on a daily basis didn't really have that number one go-to realtor. Everybody kind of used somebody different. I thought, wow, if somebody can coin themselves an Air Force specialist, a VA specialist, an Air Force realtor, that could be something really cool. So I kind of had that in mind. I had an idea. So number one, I would say have an idea of what your niche is going to be, what your SOI, your sphere of influence is going to look like, and keep that in mind when wanting to build your real estate career. This was all done by mistake. Now that I figured this all out, I'm bringing it to you. So this was just kind of like my idea. Okay, this was my idea. I have my niche. Now let's go get my real estate license, which I did. Then I knew that I wanted to build kind of a brand. So my brand is now known as the Rexford Group, proudly serving those who serve. Again, I'm tying that in with the niche that I created, right? Keep that in mind. As the time went on, I realized that I was able to actually produce the same amount of income in real estate than I was with my contracting job with the Air Force. So I was able to make 6 figures pretty quickly with just pure grit and grind and hustle and working around the clock. So at some point, I actually walked away completely from my real estate contracting career. That actually happened within the first year of me having my real estate license. Time hack. So timeline, year 1 to year 3 of real estate. I was able to make 6 figures pretty quickly. It's completely doable. I would say to think about and focus on your niche, the person or the, what do they say, avatar that you want to select and go after, build a brand and a concept that parallels itself with that niche, and you will be able to blossom very, very quickly. So from year 1 to year 3, I was making 6 figures, and I'm gonna disclose that by year 3, I was making about $350,000 by myself. I was not a great wife. I was not a great mother. I was exhausted. Gosh, I can't even imagine the version of a realtor that some of my clients got because I was working around the clock 7 days a week from morning till night. I would sit at this very desk 10, 11, midnight, 1 a.m., crawl into bed, get up in the morning, go show houses at 7 a.m. and do it all over again. So to say that you can make that amount of money and still have a life or have that balance that so many people are seeking, there is going to be a point where you as an agent are going to hit a plateau. So can you make $350,000 by yourself? I'm here to tell you yes. But you're gonna be a shell of a human being. And what is life about? Life is not about money, 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 money. Life is about that beautiful balance of being able to work for yourself, which is one of the reasons why we love this industry, but to still be a great wife and a great mother and a great friend and all the other things that I wanna be. So once I started hitting that plateau, I realized that I needed to make my first hire. And this is a concept that I really hope you listen to and engage, because my first fear making that first hire was how much it was gonna cost me. And I've really gotten over that hurdle in business over and over and over again now. 5 times to be exact, I've had to get over that hurdle, because as soon as you realize that once you relinquish those reins to somebody else, and yes, you're paying the money, who cares? That allows you to be so much more productive. That allows you to break through those plateaus that I'm talking about to a whole other level of income. So again, a quick little kind of capture or analysis of my timeline. 1 to 3 years, 120,000 to 350,000 by myself. I was not a nice person, great wife, great mom, nothing like that, because I was just working my butt off. From year 4 to 5, I made 2 hires. I made a transaction coordinator hire, which is the person that's going to manage all your files. They are the people that are keeping your files together and doing the computer work and doing a lot of the knit and grit so that you can go be the face of your brand, the handshaker, the door opener, the deal maker. That's what you should be doing. If you're sitting down doing all your paperwork and all your emails all the time, I mean, that's just not how you're going to succeed to a big level in real estate. So your transaction coordinator, also known as your TC, is going to be probably your first hire. My second hire was made very close on the heels of my TC, which was my first agent. I needed to duplicate myself. There was definitely a point in time where I physically could not be in enough places at once, and I needed somebody to be licensed. They had to be a licensed agent. Funny thing with this is that my agent, Lacey Terrio, actually noted and saw that I needed help before I even realized that I needed help. So she text messaged me, she called me, she came saying, it looks like you need some help, that you're super busy, what are you doing? And I went, I do need help. I do need help. And so I brought Lacey on board. And again, there was another moment where I'm like, dang, like how are we gonna split these commissions? Do I want to give up commissions and all that stuff? The answer is yes. If you want to grow a business, then yes, the answer is yes. And here is like a huge, huge, huge nugget. Want them to succeed. You want them to be successful. It's so exciting for me now to see, we do year-end reviews, to see what my agents made the year previous to now, what their goals are for the following year and where they can be. If they're being successful, if you're helping them be successful, all while you're being successful, I mean, does business get any better than that? It really doesn't. It really does not get better than that, especially when you learn to grow a team that you believe in and they believe in you. It just becomes really your own little nuclei of a community on so many different levels. If I'm sick or my kids are sick, they care, and it's just, we've really built something special. So be cautious and careful who you bring into your team as well, because that could also be a make or break moment. So year 1 to 3 by myself, year 3 to 5 with 3 individuals. There was 1 hire in there that kind of came and went very quickly. So overall, it was 3 ladies, myself, a TC, and 1 other agent that I utilized as kind of like a duplicate personality of me. She helped me be in more places at once, and we've actually branded her that way. So Lacey is like Falisha. Falisha is Lacey. So when people think that they're dealing with Falisha and I just can't physically be there, they know that they're still getting the version of Falisha that I have kind of created or have had this like persona of. So here comes the really fun part. Remember when I told you that we had to relinquish those reins and get over the fact that yes, you're going to have to pay people to grow your business and to break through plateaus? There's truth to that. So those first 3 years I did great. I absolutely did wonderful, but I was exhausted. Year 3 to 5, I was able to kind of offload tasks and be more productive and come up with bigger visions and ideas for the business and where I wanted to go, all while making about $450,000 a year. And my TC was making a great income, and my new agent was making a 6-figure income. So we were all thriving. Again, really fun stuff. So get over the fact that you're gonna have to pay people, because if you can relinquish those reins, you can go to new heights, brand new heights. So now let's talk about year 5 to 7. So 5 to 7 is where I've been able to double my income. So what happened and how was I able to do that? 2 more hires, 2 more agents, because if you've done your branding right, you've sprinkled in some good marketing, you've maintained your relationships, you've hosted events, you've shooken hands, you've done all the things, and you're constantly kind of going out there being that face of your brand, your business is going to continue to thrive, because the people, I always call them seeds, the buyers or the seeds that you planted in year 1 now are ready to sell, and now you're getting duplicate and clients and referrals. So in real estate, the really fun part is that it's a snowball effect. And as that snowball starts to grow and grow and grow, that's when you need more people, you need more energy. So right now I am walking into year number 7. We've got 3 agents, a transaction coordinator. I also picked up a personal assistant to help me manage my life, because it's also kind of gone off the rails, and everybody is thriving. I hope that this helped kind of break down the possibilities of not only income structures and what's attainable, but at what point you may be hitting certain plateaus. And I would say year 1 to 3, you can just crush it in real estate. But to get past that plateau, you're going to have to make a hire. I would suggest hiring a transaction coordinator and then potentially picking up your first agent. There's a lot of different ways to structure how you split things. Everybody does things differently. If you really want to know, make sure to drop some comments below. I'll make sure to answer them and maybe even make some more content out of that. After that kind of $450,000 plateau, or year 5, I've brought on some more agents. Some people like structuring just having buyer's agents and then having a listing agent or a listing manager. And as we continue to grow as a group, I've also kind of redelegated where people belong in that kind of structure. Again, I can definitely make some more videos on this, but I know that you have the ability to be a $1 million realtor. I hope that you do it even faster than I ever thought possible, and you share some of your tips with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it's not very comfortable for me to talk about income and things like that, but that's what this is about. It's about you and I sitting down at a table, just like you're sitting here having coffee with me going, how did you do this? And I'm doing that with other real estate gurus out there myself. So this is all about learning and being candid and helping one another. Remember, at the end of the day, if you have any real estate related questions or entrepreneurship type related questions, real estate investing type related questions, who's your homegirl? I'm your homegirl.